Hi guys and girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. Thanks for tuning back in. Thanks for coming back to see me. I'm really pleased you've done so, and I'm really even more pleased about to bring you this watch. This is the Mecexp. I'm going to call it the Mecexp Flyback because it says Flyback at the bottom. The model number I leave in front of me. I'll be honest guys, when I saw this watch, I was like, do you know what? I like different types of watch. I like getting different things in. I don't like them being all the same all the time. So I thought I'd get it in. No word of a lie. This is one of my biggest watch surprises probably ever, to be honest. When I first looked at it, I thought it looked pretty cool. When you start to work out the functionality on the watch, what it does, it's extremely clever. It's not a smart watch, but it's a clever watch. It's going to be hard to explain and do it justice. And I've tried several times to explain to people in person without showing them the watch just how bloody cool it is. To be honest, it's been one that just really surprised me. It's unbelievable. It's really good. You have to look past. When you first look at it, you think, yeah, that's different. It's different, but in lots of good ways. The engineering that's gone into it, the thought that's gone into it, is fabulous. And I implore them for doing something so unique, so functional. And you're gonna see by the time we get to the end of the video why it surprised me so much, because it's a cracking watch. I'll leave a link in the description if you like the watch. Please use it. Not an affiliate link. Just makes your life a bit easier. But I'm gonna stop going on because you want to see the watch, don't you? So sit back, relax, get yourself a nice beverage, a nice brew, because it's about that time to get the camera turned around and get on with it. Hi guys, so this is the watch. Not insignificant packaging. Inside you got the watch. Let me just take this out. You got a instruction manual. You got another strap that you can put it on. I haven't. I will endeavour to get that done though, so you can see it in all its glory for the intro. And if you did, then I did. So there you go. So inside it's sort of velvety material. It does come with a charger, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. But let me put that to the side, and then we can concentrate on a watch that, I kid you not, is probably my biggest surprise in a very, very long time. Because when I looked at this, I thought it's unusual. And when it turned up, I was like, it's bordering on being a little bit ugly, to be honest. And that's no disrespect to Mecexp. But the more time I spent with it, the more it's really grown on me. And I've got a real new appreciation for just how well made, how well engineered this watch is. So this is the Mecexp Flyback, I'm going to call it, just because of what it says down there. But otherwise, the model number is the MS1001. Inside this movement, it's running a Quartz movement. I couldn't find an awful lot. They slate it as being the CNC motor driving. I was very limited in what I could find about that. You got some information on the back, just highlighting the model number and stuff. And this is where you put the charger. It's sort of magnet that connects. But yeah, we'll run through that in a few moments. So yeah, the CNC motor driving is the movement. The construction, aside from the crystal and the strap, is 316L stainless steel. It's got a nice PVD coating, which is pretty consistent. There's no real bezel as such to speak of. You've got the crown, case back, which is screwed down with screws, and the hardware is all 316L stainless steel, PVD coated. And actually the proportions of the watch are pretty good, and we'll go into that now actually. So the case thickness of this watch is 11 millimeters. That does become 14.2 at the center, given how it's sort of how it's shaped. The case diameter I measured from the 9 to the 3, just above the crown. It was coming at 36.1 millimeters. When you include the crown, it was coming at 39.2 millimeters. The lug width on this is 22, and the lug to lug, tip to tip of the watch is 48 millimeters. So guys, the proportions are actually pretty good, and that does help in terms of how it feels on the wrist, and why I've actually started to really like it, if I'm honest. Yeah, so they're the proportions. Like I said, no bezel on it, given it's all integrated. You've got the crown, it's situated at the 3 o'clock. It's not really push-pull, you can press it to work it. It's sort of like a smartwatch, but different. It's not smart, it's clever. That's what I would say about this watch. But yeah, crown at the 3 o'clock position, like I said, screwed down the case back. So you can obviously open it to have a look. That just flew back, which is probably why it's got the name Flyback. And you'll see that when we look at the dial in a bit more detail. This is a really nice, comfortable strap. 22mm, as I've said. It's leather. but it feels super comfortable, a bit canvassy as well. I think this is very, very hard wearing. I've worn this a lot, this watch, disproportionately so, and you can see little creases on it, but actually it's wearing up pretty well. Pin buckle clasp on it, I showed you a minute ago with the Mecexp on there. I'm not enamoured by the name, but it is what it is. The crystal covering those sort of two sub-dials or dials is sapphire crystal, so I was pleased to see that, to be honest. They didn't necessarily need to put it in, but they have, which is good to see. The water resistance is cited as being 50 meters, so that would give you 5 atmospheres of water resistance. And the weight will appear in the top right. So 88.4 grams. You can get this as titanium, which is going to bring that weight down a little bit. But there we are. But let's have a look at the dial in a bit more detail. So this one's quite unusual. Yeah, the shape of it's unusual. There's lots of unusual stuff about it. I like the color with the black and the greens. So what you've got is you've got two dials almost, and I'll speak about them in a moment. So on the left-hand side, you've got the hours in terms of what it would be generally, what the time's saying, at the minutes on the right-hand side. That does flip when you use it as the chronograph. So, but yeah, we'll speak about that in a bit more detail when I can show you. But yeah, the PVD coating's done well. Nice proportions on the watch. The central part has got Mecexp in writing going downwards. You've got Flyback down at the sort of where the 6 o'clock position would be if it was a normal analog watch. As I say, both windows are sapphire crystal. Not bad legibility, and it almost looks like a screw that you get. I don't profess to know exactly how they've managed to do this watch, but the engineering is to be applauded, to be honest. I think it's really, really cool. Like I said, you've got the green and black. There are some other colorways to choose from, which I'll show you in a moment. But I think the black and green works really, really well. But like I say, this is one that when you first look at it, you're thinking, I'm not sure about rectangle watches and the aesthetic it's going on. But this one works, guys. Trust me. Like I said, this is one of my biggest watch surprises that I can ever remember, to be honest. It really has captured me. And like I said, the more you spend time with this watch, the more you enjoy it. I'll bring the lume up now. So the lume is okay. I don't necessarily think it needed to have lume, given it has got a backlight, which I'll show you straight afterwards. So when you factor in the fact that it's got lume, it's only 50 meters, so you're not going to be doing a deep sea diving or swimming with this watch, I don't imagine. But yeah, the lume's there anyway. But like I said, the fact that it's got a backlight sort of makes it a bit redundant, so you don't really need to use it. But on a nice summer's day, it will charge it a bit, and when you come inside, you'll notice it for a while. Doesn't last and last, but given the nature of the watch, I don't think it really needed to be honest. It's not going to be one that it's going to be that type of watch. But like I said, I'll show you the backlight. This is just in normal conditions, just for my when I was recording it. But yeah, it just shows a sort of thing, like I said. So you don't really necessarily need to have it as a with lume and stuff. It's got enough going on with the backlight. But yeah, that's everything going on there. So like I said, the crown is situated over at the 3 o'clock position. If you press it once, the light comes on. If you press it twice, it will show you how much charge it's got. So that's currently showing, what, 60%? I will charge it soon, no doubt. And then press it again, it will go back to the time. If you press it 3 times, now we're in the chronograph. So if I press it now, what you'll see is that will keep scrolling through till it gets to 60, and then that will go up by 1. That is pretty cool. I can't say I've ever seen anything like that before. Really, really cool. And by the power of editing, you'll see now it will go to 60. It will fly back to the bottom, and it's gone up by 1 minute over there. And that will just continue to be the case. I'll let it do one more so you can have a look. But generally, that's how the chronograph function works. So as I was just saying, what you'll see now, again, as it gets to 60, it will fly back to the bottom to signify it's back on 0. And then over here, will go up by 1 to signify 2 minutes have passed. Boom. And that's how you use the chronograph. To stop it, you press the crown again. Press one more time to reset, and it will go back to the time. If you hold it for 4 seconds, what it does, it goes into sleep mode. But I'm not I'm not going to be using that. But there you go. That's everything really going on there. That's the dial, all that good stuff. Let me just pop it on the wrist, give you an idea of what it looks like on my wrist. One moment, guys. Okay, so guys, this is what it looks like on my wrist in studio conditions. You'll see what I mean about the shape in terms of it being thinner and thicker in the center. But it's not going to be the one that you look at and think it looks unbelievable straight away. But the more you use it, it will grow on you. Trust me. Like I said, this is my biggest watch surprise that I can remember, to be honest. Really cool piece. What do you all think? Okay, so guys and girls, that'll now take me swiftly on to what I think is pants and Pukka about the watch. If you've ever watched before, you know I always start with pants. I like to kind of high with Pukka. So what I think is pants about this watch is not a great deal, to be honest, which is probably going to surprise people. You look at it, but when you just hear me out, you'll see. So all I'm going to say for pants, which is disappointing, is the first impressions. When I first looked at it, got it out of the box, I was a bit, yeah, don't know. But that all changed pretty quickly, to be honest. So that's all I'm going to say is first impressions of the watch for pants. But I think it's Pukka. It's quite a bit more because, like I said, this watch really surprised me. So I'm going to go with the sapphire crystal. I love having a bit of sapphire crystal covering a dial. Just leads to having it look better for longer, really, which is good. The backlight, like I showed you a moment ago, that backlight does shine. There's never going to be a time you can't tell the time, which is also good. The functionality is mad. Like I say, I've not really seen a watch like this before. Something quite quirky about it. Yeah, the size, like I said, the size of this watch, like I said, being 36mm width, 48 length, not too thick either, 22mm lug width, so you're gonna have straps to fit. Much appreciated. The colorways, so I'll bring some colors up, different ones now. So you'll see that there's a few. I'm sure you're going to find something that's going to be in keeping with your taste, guys. I can't imagine you're going to struggle too much to find anything that's going to be, yeah. But there's a few to choose from. So yeah, please do have a look and see what's most in keeping with your taste and stuff. The uniqueness, I think, is just like I said, the fact that I've not seen anything quite like this before says a lot, really. The uniqueness and the ease of use. Like I said, I showed you quickly how you can use it. So yeah, it's really cool. So they're the things I'm gonna say: sapphire crystal, backlight, functionality, size, colorways, uniqueness, and ease of use are what I think about the watch. And that'll take me on to, would I recommend this watch? And I mean, don't get me wrong, people are gonna look at this watch and they're gonna say not for me. But like I said, when I spend time with this watch, it gave me a raw appreciation for the watch. And guys, honestly, I'd say check one of these out. Like I said, I'll bring the price up in front of me. Why not? Yeah, like I said, really cool watch, easy to charge and stuff. Yeah, definitely would. But guys and girls, please let me know what you think about this watch. More importantly, maybe any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as I always say, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and always watch the time. Take care, guys. All the very best.